What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Duke here from Sportsgamerz.com, and today I want to give you probably one of the best overall plays in Madden 16 on offense that is just so easy to use. Anyone can pick it up and use it at a high level. It beats every defense on the game, and most playbooks have the play I'm about to show you. So we're going to look at the gun doubles, and the play is Y sail. So some playbooks might have a slightly different play name, but they're going to have basically the same routes. The key routes you want to look for, well, all these routes are real good, but most importantly, you want the running back and the tight end route for sure. Now, even if you don't have this exact play, like Z spot is another. I mean, Z is basically the same play. It just calls them different. Other formations would have this concept with, again, just the spread set with the running back on that route, and then again the tight end on that good corner route. With this specific play, you would probably want to go ahead, and I'm just going to do a few subs here. I would make sure my best receiver to go up and get the ball one-on-one is on the outside right. And then just a reliable receiver hands-wise in the slot. And then a fast receiver on the outside left. That's basically how I would look to run this play to full effectiveness. And also a good receiving running back. So with the Eagles here, Sproles is going to be in the game over Matthews or Murray when I'm running this play for sure. Okay, guys, so there's a lot you want to know about this play. Alright, the first thing is, you can just come to the line and literally just run this as is with just basically doing nothing. But, I mean, I personally would recommend going ahead and putting your slot receiver who's on the hitch as smart routing. Guys, the reason why is, this route is unbumpable. You can just throw it as soon as, right as he's turning around, and that's just free yardage. That's something a lot of people already know, honestly. But, that in case you didn't, that's definitely there. What I'm going to recommend doing, however, is just smart routing him and then dragging the outside left receiver. Now, with that said, one of the stupidest things about this play is the running back route, even when he's manned up, I mean, this is dime, two-man under, cover two-man. He just beats his defender into the flat every single time, as long as he's a decent receiver. Even bad receiving running backs will get into the flat. They just won't probably be able to get as much yards after the catch. They might get a 4 to 5 yard gain and get tackled, whereas Sproles, you see, I have that extra yard of separation. I turn on field, so I get basically 9 yards. And again, this is against a defensive back. It's not even against a linebacker. But this route is just so stupid how it just beats the guy in the flat. Then, I just showed you the hitch route against man that's unbumpable. But then also, when you do what I recommended and drag your outside left receiver, that's another person who's going to come open against man coverage. Finally, the corner route is going to come open against man coverage as well to the tight end. A lot of times on this game, corner routes just don't seem to work well against man coverage. It kind of just varies by a specific corner route. This is one of the few that you can pretty much rely 100% on getting open against man coverage. There's not many like that, but this is definitely one of those few that if I'm in man coverage and my tight end is decent, I know he's getting open. It's not a guessing game. It's going to get open. And that's really nice because, like I said, most corner routes are hit and miss as far as man coverage goes, but this one's real nice. Now, the reason why I said have your best, one-on-one, go up and get the ball type receiver on the outside right is, he's on a fade route. So, if they are in man coverage and, they might just play on a safety and come down to try to guard these routes, or maybe just put the safety in a flat, playmaker him, and then control the other safety, whatever the case may be, if you see one-on-one coverage on the outside, you can go up and just throw it up if you like your matchup one-on-one for the aggressive catch. And you can also do that, obviously, against a zone, like a cover 3 with, again, just a one-on-one on the sidelines. However, I would not recommend doing that on double coverage. I just don't feel like on double coverage it's going to be very consistent. But in single coverage, unless you have someone wide open, it's definitely a good, bet, especially when you're, playing like Mud or Draft Champions and you have just legends all over the field. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so let's move on. All right, so that was man coverage, but at the same time, the same play will work perfectly against zone 2. So we'll start with cover 2. The stupid thing is here, you're probably thinking okay, cover 2, you can't throw the running back anymore. Wrong. This is why I don't understand what they did with the zones this year. Because the flat zones just don't guard the flats consistently at all. In certain exploits like this right here, just kill it. So again, this route, you would think, just like you would think, it's manned up, it's not going to get open. You would think, cover 2, it's not going to get open. No, because the flat defender on the outside stays with this receiver too long on the fade route, so I'm just able to quickly dump it off, and again, turn upfield, and again, it's not just, 4 or 5 yards, it's again about 8 or 9 yards. Now, the worst part is that if I wait longer and say that they just happen to do some sort of adjustment to make their flat zone play the flat, well, guys, then the corner route is going to come open late, and I'm going to have the one-on-one again deep down the field. And if they go to manually cover the right side of the field, they're going to leave the drag route, as you see here, coming open over the middle of the field late. So let me do that again, and I will not even throw it to the running back. I will just throw it to a different read depending upon what I see. Okay, so right here, like I see that middle linebacker is dropping under the tight end, so I just basically hit the drag. Now, if that middle linebacker was to stay in the middle of the field to try to come down on the drag, then I would have had the tight end for an easy throw. I mean, see how again the middle linebacker, he drops very deep, and then this corner over here in the slot does as well. I mean, that's just leaving the drag wide open. However, if either of these guys came up on the drag, then the corner route's wide open. And again, the running back is wide open once again. Now, I'm not really going to look to hit that hitch really against cover 2 or just zones in general very much, unless they're zone blitzing me and just leaving that area of the field open. But that's more of just a read that I put on the field for man coverage. I don't really need it for zone, but it's definitely nice to have that for man because it just attacks a whole different area of the field against man coverage than than my corner route and my drag and my little running back route do. Okay, so this is why this is like one of my favorite plays on the game, bar none. It's just so nasty. Anyway, let's look at cover 3. Alright, so again, we're going to do the same setup. I basically just smart route the slot receiver on the left and drag the outside left receiver. Now, of course, if they're blitzing you, you can slide protect whichever way you need to of the blitz. If that's not working, which, if you know how to slide protect, basically to the side the blitz is coming from, after these patches, you really can send 5 people out on routes consistently. But if you come up with someone who has good blitz that slide protection by itself is not working on, you can block the running back and this play's still going to be good. But even when I play those types of players, I most of the time don't even block the running back because I know my reads are quick enough that even if they have a blitz coming in fast, I'm going to have people open because it's really difficult on this game to defend this running back flat route pass and then, also the tight end route and the hitch and the drag just, right off the bat. Even with someone coming free, I really don't think that they're going to be able to guard all those people before I get sacked. Anyway, let's just look at cover 3. So again, you're probably thinking, oh, okay, this, cover 3, sometimes, yes, as you see there, the running back is guarded, but, sometimes he's not. It just kind of depends. I probably still could have thrown that, but I just didn't feel like it was going to give me the most yardage. So what I did was I just waited for my drag to come over. See, I could have thrown this right here, and, I probably would have been able to catch it and turn on field and get 4 or 5 yards at least if I make this guy miss more. But I saw the way they were playing it, the drag was going to be more open, so I just waited. But, I could have, I'll just do it here. I can just throw this every single time, and, it's minimum 4 to 5 yards, okay? But at the same time, that moves the chains for sure. But if I see someone coming open right as that's happening, I might just wait. But it depends. If heat's in my face and I don't have time, I'll take that. But again, look, if I have time, I can just go downfield and, get much more yardage with the corner route just as I did there. It obviously, was overthrown, but y'all saw it was wide open. I'll do it again. Because again, what happened is the flat zone had to come down late on that running back route. And so again, the same thing happens here. And the reason why it gets so blatantly open is not only the flat route, but then the deep zone is taken back by the fade, and also, the zones over the middle field, they kind of see this guy coming over the middle late, even though he's already open. He doesn't keep running with the tight end, and therefore, he's wide open. Now, if this guy happened to be a manual defender and he kept running with the tight end, then we wouldn't throw that. We would obviously just throw the drag. So, of course, when they start blitzing, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what do you look at? Again, the routes on this play are so quickly developing that, it's going to burn the blitz. Because, again, it's hard to guard all that stuff while blitzing. So, this is actually one of my favorite blitzes here. We posted on YouTube, the slant show, too. It gets really good pressure, for sure. But at the same time, if I'm able to just quickly throw the ball, even though it will get quick pressure at me, I should be able to, as you can see here, to get the ball off and attack the flat. Now, at the same time, I was able to simply slide protect to the left to give myself a little bit more time against this blitz. If I didn't slide protect, I might not have had as much time. But, so like here, I won't slide protect. But again, I mean, I have quick routes developing. All right, so as you can see here, let me set this up. All right, so, you know, I should be getting pretty quick pressure with this setup, right? As you can see, I didn't at that time. I don't know what happened there, but regardless, with any sort of blitz you're looking at, you're gonna get the running back out there real fast in the flat. And if they happen to be like in a cover 2 blitz, you know, in that case you would look to hit either the corner route, just depending upon how they're reacting to it, or possibly the seams. Like, you know, I'll just set up a quick blitz here. It doesn't even have to be a nano, but just, you know, some sort of blitz. So here's Sam 2 blitz. I'm not even going to set up a nano. I'm just going to go ahead and rush, you know, a few extra players just so y'all can see. Again, like cover 2, like they're not going to guard that running back. You would think it would, but it really doesn't. And you know, if it just happens to, I would just hit either the tight end, or I would look over the middle to the drag. Now the last thing is, you know, you probably want to say, oh, what about cover 4? Okay, cover 4 is, you know, a pretty good coverage on this game, but the biggest weakness by far out of cover 4 is that it just never covers drag routes, okay? So if I could even go to like quarters, cover 4 drops, which a lot of people like to run, it just does not cover the drag routes well at all, especially on a play like this when I have like a route attacking the sidelines in a corner route. And then, I mean, you still can just throw this route out in the flats, and I mean, that's like, again, is minimum 4 or 5 yards every single time. So yeah, I can just do that, like, and again, unless they manually cover that, that's going to always be there. Now, is it the biggest play in the world? No, but I mean, again, it keeps the chains moving, and like I said, the biggest weakness by far, though, is drags, because that's, you know, if I make one guy miss, that's a lot of yardage, that's still about 8 yards. And the reason why is just that anytime you have a corner route, or some sort of like C route, you know, deeper route on the sideline, it just drops, you know, they just drop way too far, and then they're going to give up the underneath. Drag routes just absolutely destroy cover 4 on this game, which is why I don't really run it myself as much as I used to, because a lot of people are starting to figure that out. So anyway, guys, the playbook we used in this video was actually New England. But like I said, you will be able to find that play in a lot of gun doubles. Like I said, it might, like you saw scrolling through New England's plays, they had another play that's basically the same in Z spot. You would have just had to fade out to the right receiver yourself. But basically, what the biggest things you want to look for is just, you know, some sort of formation spread out with that corner route, and then the running back route, the corner route to the tight end, and the running back route. Definitely very, 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 very good play. One last thing I do want to show y'all, I almost forgot, is that you can actually even get the running back more separation in the flats. And the way you do that would be just motion over the slot receiver. You know, if I do this, I'm probably just going to go ahead and put him on like slant. And what happens when you do this is, now look, the guy that's supposed to guard the running back is even further over, you know, than he was before. And, you know, now, you know, there's just no way he's going to be able to get there. I mean, they weren't even able to get there when they were basically lined up over him. So how in the world is he going to get there when now he has to come from basically the other side of the formation, you know, going through all this traffic over the middle of the field? You know, it's just not going to happen. You know, we catch that in stride with a fast guy, we can be off to the races. Now, the only thing with Sproles is, even though he has real good route running, I think he's only like, they lowered his speed a lot. I think it's like 87. Yeah, like, that's not fast for Sproles. He should be faster than that. But, you know, if you have someone who's fast, you know, and has good route running, then that's when you're really going to start to see the big yards after catch. Like, you know, I've definitely, when caught someone in a blitz or man-to-man, you know, actually cribbed this, you know, like a 80-yard touchdown, making one guy miss with like a Marshall Faulk or something. So you would think, you know, it's very, you know, reliable, but it's not going to get you many like explosive plays, that running back route anyway. But that's not true at all, because if you make one guy miss against the right defense and, you know, you got someone faster, like even a Dre Archer, if you play Mutt, you know, you're gonna be off to the races real quick. And then just all the other routes on this play, just how easy it is to use. There's nothing, you know, you got you know, complicated reads or anything. Everything is so simple. You spread the defense out, make them, you know, basically show you what they're gonna do, and it's just so easy to execute, and it's so annoying. Not only that, but we haven't even gotten into this in this video. But obviously, you know, most formations with this play, shotgun, will have inside zone. So imagine just worrying about that play over and over and over again, and then someone runs the inside zone. You know, what are you going to do at that point? Very, very tough to defend. Anyway, guys, please like the video, man. Comment, subscribe to our channel for more of the best Madden 16 tips. Check out Sportsgamerz.com. We post 4 to 6 tips like this every single week on our website, on Sportsgamerz.com, with our premium Madden Vault membership, guys. We have several levels, so it can be easily affordable for any player. You know, you can pay $9.99 a month, or you can get, you know, a yearly plan at a cheaper level if you do not feel like paying monthly. You know, you can also cancel it at any time. You know, we've had the best tips for, you know, 10 years now. So, you know, definitely check us out. And until next time, it's Duke from Sportsgamerz.com. I'm out of here.